Greetings and welcome to Miles More Motivation. I hope you're well, hope you're having a great day so far, whatever you're up to. In this particular video, I want to talk to you about the importance of speaking your truth. What does speaking your truth mean? Well, look, if you're one of those people that says, you always say what you feel, you always say what you're thinking, you always speak your mind, then this video may not necessarily be for you. However, if you're one of those people that finds that you don't always say what you truly feel, you don't always speak what you truly want to say. Maybe sometimes you hold back for fear of kind of what will happen if I say this, what will happen if I say that. Then this video is going to be really powerful for you, because in this video I'm going to share with you effectively two mistakes that people make when it comes to speaking their truth or not speaking their truth. It's never been more important in today's day and age to speak your truth. I believe that the reason why so many people are finding challenges in their lives that are having emotional challenges, people that are taking their lives, I believe that it is my firm belief, this is not necessarily fact, but this is my firm belief that the first step to solving those problems for those individuals is to speak their truth. Growing up without a father, it probably wasn't until my early 20s that I had the courage and the confidence to admit that, that had been tough for me. I'd emotionally not realized that had really affected me. Now it was obvious on the outside to everybody else that was affecting me, but for me, that was really hard. It was really hard for me to admit that situation had a really quite negative at that time effect on me. And so maybe you can relate. Maybe you've had a situation in your life which, frankly, maybe you've not been honest about. Maybe you've not been honest with yourself. Maybe you've not been honest about other people, that there's a situation that's happened in your life that, frankly, has affected you. And maybe you've kind of kept it in, you've suppressed it, kind of like shaking a bottle of Coke and then it gets really solid. When people do that, I truly believe that emotion suppressed causes anger and often can cause a lot of harm to ourselves and others. So in this video, what I want to do is I want to share with you two I found common mistakes that a lot of people make when it comes to not having the courage or the confidence to speak their truth, or speaking their truth in a way that doesn't serve them and doesn't serve the other person. It's all well and good speaking your truth, but if you speak your truth and it hurts another person, then that's not really what I mean by speaking your truth. Speaking your truth to me is speaking your highest intention in a way that makes other people feel good and makes yourself feel good. But sometimes people go about this the wrong way. So in this video, I want to share with you two ways that are really common sense, but not maybe common practice ways that may help you if speaking your truth is something that is a challenge for you. So I've found from experience, from the tens of thousands of people that I've coached over the past 15 years, that there's two primary reasons why people struggle with this thing called speaking your truth. The first reason that the first real issue that people have with this is what we call judgment. Meaning, people are scared about what other people think. Now, you may be one of those people that says, I don't care what people think. Well, I have a firm belief that we all care what people think. Tony Robbins, world's most well-renowned life coach, says we all have 6 human needs, and one of our needs is to feel connected. So you may not care, you may say that you don't care what someone thinks, but how many times have you ever said that statement and it's come with a level of energy that, frankly, if you're honest with yourself, you do care, right? So the first issue that I found a lot of people have when it comes to kind of speaking their truth is they're scared of what will happen if they say what they think. They're scared of what will happen if they speak their truth. So they're worried about the judgment, like what will it happen? If I speak my truth and I'm honest, will they still like me? Will they still love me? One of the key fears that we have in our life is, will we be loved? And people taking away love, a fear of rejection. So we're worried that we will be judged if we speak our truth. Next problem that people have when it comes to speaking their truth is habit. So what this ultimately means is a lot of people just don't have the habit of speaking their truth. A lot of people just are not speaking their truth on a regular basis. So when they speak their truth, it comes out in a kind of ranty, argument-like way, right? Maybe you've had that situation. I know I have. When speaking my truth, when having real deep meaningful conversations about what I was truly thinking and feeling wasn't a regular occurrence for me. That was when anger came out. That was when negative emotions came out. So for me, one of the biggest challenges or problems I see a lot of people when it comes to a lack of confidence in speaking their truth, it's just not a habit. So it's just not a habit. It's just speaking their truth is not something they're doing on a regular basis. For me, I get up in the morning, I have a conversation with God, and I speak my truth. I say, God, this is what I'm thinking, this is what I'm feeling, this is what I'm afraid of, this is what I'm worried about. And that's speaking out my truth, my fears, my worries, my concerns, my anxieties to God is like kind of emotional exfoliation. It makes me feel good. So you've got to build a habit. So I found from experience, from, like I said, the tens of thousands of people I've worked with over 15 years, that there is two really common sense but not necessarily common practice ways to deal with this. And I want to share those with you now. The first thing comes from, and this is something that I've actually taken from a mentor of mine, a really good friend and mentor, a guy called Rich Litvin. Hey Rich, if you're watching, who says the biggest problem that we have when it comes to speaking our truth is we focus on pleasing people rather than serving people. So the first thing I want you to think about is focusing on service over being a pleaser. Now, growing up as a child, as a person that grew up without a father and as a sort of a child to a single mum, one of the key things that I always wanted to do is I wanted to make sure that I always had my mum's affection, that I always had my mum's love to kind of make up and compensate for the fact that my dad wasn't there. So I always focused on being a pleaser. And that moved into my adult life. In fact, that's still something that I admit I have challenges with today. But you see, the key difference between serving and pleasing is what I call effectively, and this comes from a great book by Brad Blanton called Radical Honesty. And radical honesty in the book, it basically says, being radically honest means that you're serving a person instead of pleasing them. So let's say you have a family member that you know is, let's say, I don't know, heavily overweight, right? Let's say you have a family member you know is heavily overweight and they're asking for your advice about what you think they should do. And maybe what you really want to say, you daren't say because you don't want to upset them. Now, I'm not saying that you should say, you're fat and you should, just face the facts. But what I'm saying is maybe you need to give them some tough love and say, look, maybe we need to address a deeper issue. You've been trying all the diets, you've been trying all the fad kind of things online, carbs out, carbs in, all this kind of stuff. Maybe there's a deeper issue. Maybe we need to deal with that. And that's what we mean by serving over pleasing. Kind of instead of tiptoeing around an issue, get to the heart of the issue. That's what I mean by speaking your truth, being a server over a pleaser. And the second thing that what I often challenge my clients to do, and I want to challenge you to do when it comes to speaking your truth, is to go deeper. So what that ultimately means is I want to challenge you to kind of think about what is the deepest reason why you want to speak your truth. Now for me, I just think that when we suppress our emotions, that's because we have a fear of speaking our truth. But then you probably have at least someone in your life that you have the courage and the confidence to speak your truth with. And my challenge for you is to go deeper with other people in your life. Go deeper with the people in your life that you generally have surface level conversations with. Maybe, have the courage to talk about something that you wouldn't usually talk about. Maybe be more vulnerable. Sometimes I'm in the gym and, there'll be a group of guys chatting and I'll say, hey guys, what are you chatting about? And they'll be like, oh, we're talking about our training. And, I once had a conversation with a guy and I said, how you doing? And I could just tell that he wasn't feeling so good. And I said, look, if you ever want to have a conversation about just what's on your mind and what's bothering you, I'm here for you. And I said it in a way that just created a space where he felt comfortable and clearly felt vulnerable. And he shared some really deep stuff with me. So it's really important that you kind of lead this and that you have the courage and the confidence to go deeper and to share your truth and to speak what it is you truly feel. Me doing these videos, I'm not doing these videos for you, saying it as it is. I'm doing these videos for me to remind me how important it is for me to speak my truth. These videos are designed for me these are effectively like a mental journal for me so that I can share what I truly think and feel. I had some information come in yesterday that frankly threw me off my game and I didn't have the best of days yesterday. And sharing that with you on this video now is like, didn't have a good day. I was driving along, I kind of punched the steering wheel, I didn't feel good. But keeping that inside and pretending that doesn't exist is not a good thing. So anyway, that's it. Speak your truth more. Speak your truth more. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, comment, like, share, let me know what you think of the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.